Okay, we're looking at the last example finally for 2-5. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been working on these examples and these notes for like 3 days. So let's go. Angle ASE. So ASE, let's go with blue. Angle ASE, ASE. And again, we made that change. That middle letter we changed to be S instead of B. ASE and ESC. ESC. So those two angles are called a blank pair of angles. And their measurements must add to blank. These angles could also be called blank because of their total. Okay, so this is a couple of interesting things here. The key first word that we're noticing is that it says pair. They're called a blank pair. So the relationship between those two, well, they're not vertical like they were in this one. So that means that they have to be adjacent because they share that vertex and they share that side. However, adjacent again isn't an important thing. We can't do anything with adjacent. Adjacent literally just tells us they're next to each other, and that doesn't give us anything. So yes, adjacent, but in reality, we don't care about that. So it's not wrong. They are adjacent, but we just don't really care about that. That's not a priority. So then, that leaves either supplementary or complementary. Oh, look at the highlighted word here with linear pair, forming that 180, forming that straight line, which they very, very clearly do right here, that A to C there. So ASE and ESC are called a linear pair of angles, and their measurements must add to 180 because we know that lines equal 180 degrees. These angles could also be called, and there's that other vocab word, supplementary. Because of their total equaling 180. So if the measure, sidebar here, if the measure of angle ASE was, let's say, 100 degrees, and I'll make this math simple, what does that mean the measure of angle ESC has to be in order to keep that 180? It have to be at 80 degrees. So for now, in these practice problems, you're just filling in the blanks. You're figuring out which ones are talking about which things, just like we did in our notes. And then in 2-6, you'll actually be starting and making some equations.